We've had various first-generation British diesel multiple units in Train Simulator for a long time now, and I thought I'd revisit one that has often gone overlooked, by me at least, as the years have lumbered on. This is the British Railways Class 111. The Class 111 DMUs were built by Metro Camel between 1957 and 1960, with an initial batch, comprising a quartet of 2-car units, going to the London Midland region. This was followed by 2 batches, of 10 units each, going to the northeastern region. A total of 68 coaches made up this class, with said coaches being formed into either 2 or 3-car units. Some of the trailer coaches apparently had an onboard buffet of sorts. The 111s were borderline identical to the more common Class 101, with the only major mechanical difference being the use of 180 horsepower Rolls-Royce engines instead of the 150 horsepower British United Traction engines used on the 101. The last 10 Class 111 units also had a 4-digit headcode box above the cab windows and a reduced height centre window to accommodate the destination blind. The headcode boxes were gradually plated over after 1976, when British Rail stopped displaying headcodes on their trains. These units were in service for a reasonably long time, and you can find numerous photographs on Flickr that show them running in the north of England, but primarily in Yorkshire. They had been refurbished by the mid-1980s, with some units being reformed to consist entirely of powered coaches, instead of being a combination of 1 power coach and 1 trailer coach, as was originally the case with the first 4 units. The Class 111s had all been withdrawn from service by 1989, but sadly, no complete units have survived into preservation. The only preserved vehicle from the class is trailer/buffet number 59575, now used at the Great Central Railway in between 2 Class 101 power cars. Seeing as the BR Green Class 117 add-on is no longer available, despite being newer than the 111, I'm surprised to see that the 111 is still available to this day. You can pick her up on Steam for $11 New Zealand dollars at full price, and while the release date is quoted as being the 17th of August 2012, the Class 111 model actually dates back to February 2011, if my research is correct. As for what's included in this pack, there really isn't much. Just the Class 111 herself in only 1 livery, namely BR Green with small yellow panels. Annoyingly, you only get the DMBS and DTCL coaches in this pack, so you can't recreate the 3-car 111s in-game, or at least you can't accurately recreate them. For reference, DMBS is short for Driving Motor Brake Second, while DTCL is short for Driving Trailer Composite Laboratory. The listing on Steam says nothing about included scenarios, so I think you would have to use the 111 in your own standard or free roam scenarios. Either that, or you could look on Steam Workshop for any scenarios that use this DMU. Just thinking back to the DTCL coach for a moment, and if my research is correct, none of the 111 vehicles that featured headcode boxes were actually DTCLs in real life. They were all power cars. As you might expect from such an old item of DLC, there aren't many features here besides the basic throttle, reverser, brakes, and, in this case, gear changing as well. You can change the headcode box and destination blind, but only in the scenario editor. The destination options are a random selection of places throughout the UK, and personally, I would prefer it if they were focused on just one specific region, as is the case with the Class 101 that comes with Weardale and Teesdale, which you saw earlier. I've got an old, and now discontinued, Armstrong Powerhouse sounder pack installed on the Class 111, so I haven't experienced this train in her default state for a long time. The default sounds would have been the same first-gen DMU sound set that's been reused multiple times, and you can still hear it on the 101, 105, 117 and 121 if you haven't got the AP sound pack. Why that sound pack was discontinued with no replacement is anyone's guess. And now for some random observations that I made while driving the Class 111. I noticed that the headcode panel is too small when compared to photographs of the real train. You can't turn the cab camera view around for the full 360 degrees. Pressing the 5 key does nothing in this case because this train doesn't have a passenger view. There are no interior details for the guards compartment. The train doesn't even have instrumental cab lights functionality. The dashboard buttons for passenger saloon lighting actually control the marker lights outside. And the overall modelling and texturing is now looking pretty dated, at least in my opinion. Part of me thinks that it's nice to potter about with the Class 111 from time to time, but, and this is a big but, given the age of this add-on, its lack of all the liveries/variants seen on the real 111s throughout their lives, and limited features compared to modern DLC, not to mention the AP sound pack not being available anymore, I wouldn't recommend the Class 111 to other TS Classic players. Come to think of it, the game could really do with some remastered first-generation DMUs, ideally done to the same standard as the Class 205 from Armstrong Powerhouse. As for where I would rate the Class 111 in her current state, I can't decide between giving her either a 4.8 or a 5 out of 10. Regardless, if you've stuck around to the end of the video, you win a meal prepared by 7F steam locomotive number 53802. It's the dye green curry.